Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you, nice to see you.
Spot here, eh? You've got a lovely spot.
It's not bad.
How you been? How's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been good to be fair. Played a lot of games at the start of the season and then obviously had a little time on the bench, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, yeah.
That's part of the learning process, isn't it?
Of course,
really,
of course.
when you work in the Premier League and work with a man like this, Marco Silva. So I actually experienced a bit of Marco Silva as well. I did. I don't know if you realised. How do you find him as a coach? I think he's exceptional. I really do. I'm not just saying that because I'm here with you. I just found how much in depth he is compared to like, the old generation of managers. How have you found him?
100%. I think like tactically he's so like in depth. He's so almost locked in with what's going on. Obviously we switch up sometimes between a 4 and a 5 depending on the opponents and stuff. And I think like as managers go, I can tell he's really on it, and he's someone who really thinks about the game a lot. The fact that he gets in at like 8 in the morning, but then leaves at like 6 p.m. Like,
do you beat him getting in?
Nah, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't beat him. I try to. Maybe last season when I was doing my A levels, but this season, nah, I'm not beating him in. To be fair.
Do you know? Talk to me actually about your A levels, because I know that educational side is really important to you as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course, becoming a professional footballer is a lot of people's dreams, but was it a risk for you to pursue that as well? I think it was important, going off your parents.
Yeah, 100%.
Your mum's a university lecturer.
Yeah, exactly.
Your dad an injury lawyer, right? Is that correct?
Exactly.
So do you get that work ethic from them?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think I've said it before to people, but my mum is like incredible with like her work ethic and stuff. Yeah. She has a full-time job as a lecturer, but then she's also doing a PhD on top. So most of the time she goes to bed at like 3 in the morning, but she's getting up at like 7, 8 a.m. So I think, I do sort of get the work ethic from there, but it's always good to have someone like that in the household who's striving.
I wasn't even media trained. I hear you not really media trained, which is great. Really, you speak really well. You know, for you, why is it that you didn't want to pursue something like that? I didn't want to do it because I just felt like it's not authentic. I just wanted to be me. And I was kind of thrown in with the cameras. Yeah. So how have you taken to it?
I think pretty similar to that. I think you said it almost perfectly. I feel like it just allows me to be my authentic self, and even with these type of conversations, it doesn't mean like I'm thinking, oh, should I be saying this or should I be saying that? I'm just being real. So I actually had a question just in general. Cool. You know, the aspect of scoring goals, obviously you were a good goal scorer. How did you almost develop the way you score goals? Because there's so many different scenarios which you get put in. Yep. Like sometimes you're going to be finishing from the edge of the box, sometimes first time finishes, sometimes screams. Like, do you know what I mean? I think that's something which I'm trying to like understand and get better at, how I can get better at all types of finishes.
Well, I will answer that question, but before I do, the goal you scored that wasn't a goal, which was a goal
against Chelsea,
for me, was outstanding. Of course, what's happened since has happened. However, you must have had a picture of what you were going to do leading up to that goal.
100%.
And that's how I saw my goals. I always kind of, in the dressing room itself, I pictured different scenarios on the pitch where I'd be, but also when the game was happening, I already knew my finish before it even happened. The play could be happening on that side, and I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen to leading up to into the final third. Yeah. And when you get to the final third, I've always put myself in training and in the different spots where I'm going to actually be effective.
Yeah.
And even at times, I wouldn't practice with a goalkeeper. Obviously, you always have goalkeepers. Yeah. At the academy level, I always used to have bibs. I just used to put a bib in a space, and then I put myself somewhere else on the pitch and go from there. Yeah. We'll have a little sit down and chat a bit more.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. This actually reminds me a little bit of Craven Cottage.
It does, it is a little bit.
It's terrifying me.
I used to like occasionally ball boy with a couple of the other lads, and then there was one time when just out of nowhere, someone who's high up in the academy basically was like to me, look, we're in the playoff finals, or playoff semi-final I think it was at the time in the championship, and we were playing Derby, and they were like, do you want to walk out? Then when I got there, they were like, you're going to be walking out with Tom Kearney. So at this point I'm like, okay, that's like crazy, because he's one of my favourite players. And then, there was a bit of a full circle moment. I think it was 8 years later when I came out starting with TC against Southampton last season. So.
And how does that feel? Like, is he the player that's kind of taking you under the wing? I remember Nigel Quasi for me, who looked after me when I came through.
Really, yeah.
Has he been the main player that's kind of looked after you?
You know what? With this team, it's a real team. If that makes sense. Like,
You're young, aren't you? Young team.
Yeah, very young team.
All
Well, recently more younger. When I first came in a couple of seasons ago, it was a little bit older. But like recently, it's quite young, and I think everyone sort of like made me feel really welcome. Like I feel really a part of it, and maybe I don't know whether that would have been the same in your day, but I think I'm saying your day as if you're old, but you're not old at all. But yeah, I think everyone's really taken me under their wing. TC especially is someone who's really looked after me, and I think I've tried to learn a lot from just the way he plays the game. He's a very clever footballer. Anthony Robinson, Castagne, I sit next to them both in the change room and stuff. So there's a lot of good characters in the dressing room.
I want to talk to you just briefly on the pressures of young English players, particularly.
100%.
You know, for me, going to World Cup very young was a lot of pressure straight away. However, how have you dealt with that pressure? You seem really calm, composed. Like, how are you dealing with the pressure side of things?
Yeah, I think the thing I try to do is actually like not try to put too much pressure on myself at all. I think because of the age I am, like, it's just one of those things where I'm trying to just go out and enjoy myself and express myself. And although it's something I've been working to for a long time, it's also something which I've always just had a love for and always enjoyed. So I just try to take it like game by game. But yeah, I just really enjoy it, and I think that takes away from the pressurized environment. But what about you? How do you find it coming through?
Well, I didn't have social media, and I was going to lead on to that.
That's the thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I think it's a good thing. Not personally, I think although I do have social media and I'm like sort of active on it, I would say not having the comments, not having the requests, like the messages to me, I think it would be probably easier.
I had paparazzi.
Yeah.
So the guys that would just follow you with the cameras all over the place, trying to get pictures of you picking your nose pretty much, or doing whatever, just trying to find something.
Yeah.
And that's the point, really, how difficult it is for you, is because now everyone's got a phone,
Yeah.
and everyone's got access to a camera.
100%.
I mean, you're very well grounded, I can tell by the way you speak and the way you brought up your parents, but like, how is it to always be switched on? How is it for you? You have to be all switched on.
Yeah, I think that's one thing which you have to be always like really professional. Like even sometimes when I go out, literally just, I don't know, to a restaurant with my friends and that from school or from here, I feel like you always got to be a little bit switched on just by who's seeing you or watching you, and you've got to just be sensible. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not doing anything which anyone else wouldn't be, which is always a good thing. But I think just the environment you're in, and as a young player, you always want to be seen in a good light. And obviously, I'm trying to have a career in the game as much as everyone else. So I just try to sort of be as positive as I can and try stay away from the social media as much as I can, especially the more negative comments.
So who's the quickest here then? Who could beat me in a race? Put it that way.
You know what?
Or beat you in a race.
I think there's a few people.
You're quick.
No, I'm quick. I'm quick over like 10, 15 meters. My
matters.
acceleration's very quick, but I think over longer distance, I think you'd burn me quite easy. Quite easy.
Now.
Even now, you might still beat. But who's the quickest here? Anthony Robinson's very quick. Like once he gets going in the straight line, he's very quick as well.
Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi.
Anthony Robinson, that is. Sorry, if anyone doesn't know. I was with him at Everton briefly.
Oh, really?
And this is when I was my latest stage of my career, and I thought, I can't beat him. He's too quick for me. So he's extraordinarily quick.
He's really quick.
He's such a pick your moments, like I said to you before, isn't it? You've of course signed a professional deal a couple of years ago, and what's next for you? Have you even thought about that far at this moment in time?
I think everyone has like goals and ambitions of what you're trying to achieve. I definitely have a lot of really high ambitions for myself, but I try to take it like game by game, try to take it week by week, just try and improve as a player and a person, and just try and learn off the older players here. I think I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but I was wondering sort of how you dealt with it, obviously, when you were coming through.
I dealt with it. I couldn't really relate to most of my teammates because of the age gap for me.
Yeah.
So when I could relate was when I was on the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I'd taken the pressure away from myself, was actually I know what to do here.
Yeah.
I may not look or belong here away from the actual football side, because I was still learning and still developing in my own mind at 16.
Yeah.
You know, coming on a pitch with Dennis Burke and Omri was playing against this guy and then put my backside of Sol Campbell on the first day. How do you deal with that? But just kept on reminding them, like, I'm a good player, a good player here.
That's interesting that you say that, just because I really relate to that. Like, I think when I came into the environment, probably like almost 2 years now, I wasn't playing or anything, but I think I tried to earn the respect
Yeah.
of my teammates on the pitch. I didn't feel like I really related, like those times when I'd go back and chat to the under 21s or whatever, because they're more my age. But people, you can really show what you're capable of on the pitch, and I think then you earn the respect of everyone else.
And last thing, ambitions, future. Tell me.
You know
You
what?
can see it. I can see it now.
I can, yeah. I'm seeing it a little bit now, but
Yeah.
I think one is definitely to win the World Cup. I think it's always been a dream of mine, as many others, and obviously someone like you who played for England at such a young age, which is incredible. I think playing for my country would be just a dream.
Amazing. Well, I wish you good luck. You got this.
Appreciate it. No, appreciate
Amazing.
it. All the best.